You know how you get that feeling inside like this is my calling? Teaching is my calling.
Being in the urban core has given me a great foundation.
We really invest in the personhood of the people who become teachers in our program.
There's no question that I wouldn't hire all of the candidates that I could possibly get from UMKC.
Our teacher education program at UMKC gives our students a really authentic experience grounded in what really happens in schools. In the past, a college classroom will talk about what to do and why to do it, but not necessarily how to enact those things. So by moving our methods classes to the schools, students have an opportunity to learn what, why, and how at the same time.
The teacher preparation program from UMKC has brought numerous benefits to our school. It's been a wonderful opportunity for our veteran teachers to be able to work in partnership with the teacher candidates provided through the UMKC education program.
During the first year of the professional program, our candidates spend 4 days a week working in schools. Their methods courses are taught in real classroom contexts. They also spend 1 day a week in an internship where they're working alongside a master teacher.
UMKC prepared me to be a teacher because they offered a great program. We really had hands-on experience in the classroom. So I've clocked in thousands of hours in the classroom helping students, learning about literacy, learning about math, science, social studies, and just different things to make me a better teacher.
I think our methods classes prepared us for teacher candidacy by actually getting us out in the field in the urban settings. We got to see teachers, how they worked with students one-on-one and how they created positive climates, and I think that really gave us a leg up for our teacher candidacy.
They are able to actually work with children. They begin working with a group of children at the beginning of the school year, and they work with that same group all year long, teaching reading to this small group of students. And this, first of all, gives them a sense of urgency in which they approach the course. It deepens the level of understanding and questions, because the questions that they have as they go to the course materials, the course readings, the course experiences, they have real children and real challenges in mind to think about.
Being from and a part of this community is a great way to really make sure that the work that we're having our teacher candidates do be as authentic as possible. We want them to know what it's really like to be a teacher, and UMKC has been fortunate to find faculty and supervisors and people to work with our interns and candidates that are from this community.
We focus on diversity, multicultural education, and understanding how to be responsive to the students in our classrooms so we can meet the needs of a diverse student population.
I went to urban school, and so I really saw the need. I'm the face on the posters to teachers to come work in the urban area.
The teacher candidates are benefited by having a experienced teacher really walk them through the whole process and collaborate and share their thinking and reflect on what they're doing. And so a collaborative model really gives that teacher candidate a bigger, broader picture of what goes on behind the scenes. And we kind of knew that that would be a benefit for the teacher candidate. Our surprise was the benefit for our cooperating teachers. Sometimes our experienced cooperating teachers don't realize how much they can learn, and we've seen in this collaborative model that they really benefit from each other.
I feel like at the beginning of the year I was the lead in the partnership, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But once we really had worked together for a while and got comfortable, I was able to pick up on some really wonderful things that Taylor is strong in and I'm not as strong in. I felt like I picked up some amazing things about her knowledge.
I mean, if only every teacher could use the collaborative teaching model, if only every teacher had the opportunity to share their classroom with another teacher. I think if a teacher were to ask themselves, what does the student need? Well, they probably would come to a conclusion, individual work, or more attention from the teacher. And if you're by yourself, you can't get that.
The teachers also brought with them new excitement into our committees. They worked with all of our staff. They participated, collaborated with different grade levels, got an opportunity to talk with parents, with district leaders. They performed the same duties that they would if they were a full-time teacher.
When you have two people in a classroom, you can diversify their needs, and one can take, a smaller group focusing on one strategy or skill, and the other one could take the other group, which means you are now hitting 16 kids at one time instead of just the 8 you would if there were one teacher in a classroom.
They're able to kind of be a sounding board for each other in the planning process, as well as really to trying to understand their students as learners. And the students benefit because students have more direct instruction with adults, especially during literacy time, where if you have maybe 3 reading groups, you have 2 adults working with 2 groups and another group can be working independently.
They begin the school year when the teachers begin in the fall, and they work in a collaborative teacher partnership for the entire school year. This gives our candidates over a year's worth of experience when they begin their first job.
Teacher candidates go into that final year with much more preparation. They're more confident, they're more comfortable. Literacy is foundational to everything that they do, so they're able to bring in what they learn in this course into every part of the school day.
I started off slowly at the beginning of the year working just with small groups. By the end of the year-long experience, I had my own classroom. So I was ready to go. I couldn't wait to start on my own.
I've had so much support and just learning so much how to plan guided reading, how to plan an effective inquiry math lesson, how to incorporate social studies in reading, how to incorporate math and science. You really don't get the type of instruction maybe at another school, but at UMKC, they really, really, really prepared us to offer the best to all students.
In our Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools meeting, someone shared the quote, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible." And I want to work in a place where people believe that it's possible for all students to learn. It's possible to level the playing field for students regardless of their backgrounds or their home life. I want to work in a place where all students have a chance.